Hi, Scott Lachmund from 4510 TV. Joining me today, Division 12 Councillor for the Moreton Bay Regional Council, Adrian Raedel. Good morning, Adrian.
G'day, Scott. How you going?
Good. Adrian, I always like catching up with you, mate, because you have such a passion for our Caboolture community, and you pretty much look after Caboolture West, which encompasses quite a few suburbs of Caboolture, Diagula, Wemiran, Woodford, Mount Mee.
But the surprising thing is I even go down Morefield and Burpengary.
You do go down Morefield, yeah. So your Division
huge.
12 is quite a large area when you're covering that western part of Caboolture. I wanted to talk to you this morning to give our viewers a bit of a snapshot. What's on the radar for 2014 when it comes to council?
Look, 2014, I guess we've still got a lot of infrastructure to go in for the next 6 months out of the last financial year. The next financial year is going to be about roads. Yep. Every budget is, but this one in particular is certainly about roads. So we've got some projects, the Woodford Art Room, which is coming very, very soon. The SES, the new SES building, is coming as well. Later in the year, the playground down at Creek. So a lot of projects. It's a fun year.
Okay, fun year, and it's exciting to see that there's always new projects, always new developments that council's trying to bring to the area. Obviously, budget is an issue when you're looking at new projects, but financially, we're looking pretty good for 2014.
Yeah, look, we are. Now, there's some changes, I guess, on the horizon from the state government about infrastructure charges, which is around development. So it'll depend on what happens with those as to how the budget goes into the next couple of years. Short term, probably no effect, but certainly into the longer term, medium term and long term, is where we're going to have to sort out what projects are really needed and the timing of them. But for this next couple of years, certainly this year, it's all things going well.
Let's identify just quickly some roads. In the Caboolture West area, are there particularly some main roads that you want to identify that are priority?
Yeah, look, in the next budget, if you go down Belmere Road, which of course is one of the two main roads in the Caboolture West area itself, Belmere Road, a little bit of Caboolture Road. Then you come out to here to Woodford and you've got Newham Road and Newlands Road and Wemiran. So they're probably the four biggest road projects that we're going to have. And then on top of that, you've got the development side of Caboolture West, which is coming into the future as well. So.
Yeah. We might just elaborate quickly on that. If no one's heard what Caboolture West is all about, there's been some talk in the media, local print media. Is there anything within the next 12 months? Is there going to be some more council information sessions about what Caboolture West development in the future?
Yeah, it's going to be tied into the regional plan. So there's a new Moreton Bay regional plan that comes out hopefully for community consultation end of February, early March. For about, I think, 10 weeks, give or take. And as part of that, there'll be 3 main sessions at each of the districts. I think there's 7 or 9 smaller meetings. So there's one at Woodford, I think there's one at Bribie and around the place. And then you've got the mobile offices that we're going to be having as well, where you can come along and just have a chat. If we don't know the answer, as a local councillor or as one of the staff members, we'll take your details and we'll get back to you with the answer, or someone who can help you with it. So
it is very exciting to think that we're going to have such a large growth still in our backyard in Caboolture West, and obviously Division 12 encompasses that. I'm sure you're pretty keen to keep up to date with the details. Yeah,
certainly. Look, it's quite an interesting division. The majority of growth for Caboolture, for the actual Caboolture district, is in Division 12, and in fact a lot of growth over the next, we're not talking 5 years, we're talking up to 50 years, is going to be in Division 12 for Moreton Bay.
Adrian, let's get personal. You've grown up in Caboolture, you're a local lad. You personally, what do you enjoy about the division that you work in? We focused on Roxburgh recently through 4510 TV. There's plenty of areas. Do you like to go for a bit of a trip or a drive on the weekends? Yeah,
look, certainly do. As part of my job, I go for a drive anyway, just to check out the roads. But the Woodford Folk Festival is on at Christmas time. I spent some time up there during the really hot day. So we ducked off to Stony Creek. Okay. And if you get a chance to explore Stony Creek, it's just amazing. I guess if you had the perfect day and you're from, anywhere around Caboolture, but you could be from Brisbane, you could quite easily come up through Sanford, Dayborough, Ocean View and drive to the Mount Mee area in the morning. Call into Woodford, grab your coffee for morning tea, your cake, grab some sandwiches, head out to Stony Creek, go for a swim, explore, head back into town. If it's the right day, you can jump on the steam train and go for a quick trip. And then when you're heading home, head up to Mount Mee, go Birch's restaurant, and there's your day. It's a pretty phenomenal sort of a day trip. So
sounds good. Behind us in the background here, Adrian, it's the newly built Woodford Information Centre. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Ted and Nola Cottage is the new visitor information centre. It's been 3 years in the making. Before it was here, was a little caravan, but it's always been one of the most used visitor information centres. So even that little caravan outdid the numbers for a lot of other visitor information centres in Moreton Bay. And last year in November, in December, we got to open. It was 3 years, almost to the day, we got to open the new building. So Ted and Nola were the ones that kicked it off 3 years ago. We had community meetings and all sorts of things. And to see the look on their face when we named it the Ted and Nola building was quite phenomenal. Yeah,
it's great to recognise members of our community that are volunteering their time and providing their man hours to assist others to explore the area.
And these guys know everything about the area. They're here 7 days a week, and they're volunteers. You can't these guys are just amazing. So I've got to give it to them.
So Adrian, let's skip forward. You talked about there's some projects on the go for 2014 which are already in place. Let's look beyond this year. Anything else interesting happening?
Yeah, look, certainly a couple of years ago, we, as individual councillors, or certainly as an individual council for Division 12, we looked at being able to connect towns. So that's connecting Woodford eventually to Caboolture, Alimba to Caboolture, Wemran in between, and connecting through Morefield. So most of the Morefield link is there now, but there's certain areas, Nan Road, Excelsior Park, where it's not connected. We've got 2/3 of the way there, and there's 1/3 to go. So we're going through and systematically connecting these places up. Woodford here, we're going to be connecting through to Ironbark Drive, hopefully in the not too distant future, and then progressively working our way to Caboolture and Wemran. Alimba is probably the next big thing, and over the next 2 years we'll gradually be getting all of that done. So hopefully that'll only take 2 years, maybe 3, if the budget goes the way we hope. But it'll just be so much easier to get from Alimba, be it by push bike or walking, through to Caboolture. So it doesn't seem like a lot to put down a 2 metre wide footpath. It's concrete, but it's quite expensive. And it's about trying to, prioritise where that needs to go. And as the community gets more and more active, they're going to use it.
I was just about to say, it does promote a very active lifestyle. If you've got these connecting pathways from suburb to suburb, it promotes bike riding, walking, you name it. So great incentive.
Yeah, and look, Woodford to Caboolture is only 20 k's.
Yeah.
So you could ride it easily, except for the great big hill just down the road.
Yeah.
But if we can connect that, there'll be so many people use it. It'll be phenomenal. And it'll take the pressure off the highway too.
Yeah, definitely. Start walking, start riding, stop using the car, I guess.
Yes, that could be one way to put it.
It's been a pleasure catching up with you, Adrian. Division 12 Councillor for Moreton Bay Regional Council. Mate, you're an inspiration to the work you're doing in the community. I just want to touch last but not leastly, last night was hosted the Moreton Bay Regional Council Citizen Awards or Australia Day Awards. Tell us how that event went off last night. Oh, look, it was pretty amazing. Steve Haddon was the MC. We had the Tenorismo, which are the three of the 10 tenors, and it was a great night. But I guess the most amazing thing for the Caboolture area is that Jane McMillan, who is one of the Lukey's Angels from the Leukemia Foundation, actually took out the Citizen of the Year. So she's been working in the community for many years and very well deserving. Yeah, so Jane McMillan, there's Vicky Wood from Caboolture News, and Naomi Hopkins. The Lukey's Angels challenges, tug of war coming up. If they can raise 50 grand, they're going to shave their heads. So the Citizen of the Year for Caboolture Region, Jane McMillan, with a bald head, but once again a lovely lady in our community, and I agree, well-deserved winner. And we just recently did a feature on Jane and the Leukemia Foundation, so I know you've been part of that over the years. So we wish them all the luck, and again, thank you to the council for recognising these people in our community. And look, Division 12 had a record number of nominees this year, so it was really, really great to see. So excellent. Adrian Raedel, thanks for your time. No worries. Catch you soon.